So Becca, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What brings you here today?
I have Hashimoto's,
Okay.
so hypothyroid, and I guess with my second pregnancy it got really, really bad. TSH got up to like 200 and lots of inflammation, gained like 20 something pounds within a month. And now I'm on medication, like the highest dose you can pretty much be on. And so I just want to kind of get to the root and know what's going on and if we can fix it.
And this has started 2000. In the history when I looked, it was 16?
Yes, but it's progressively gotten worse. And then with the second pregnancy and then postpartum, it got really bad.
So something that you mentioned in the history that was really interesting is the concussion.
That
That 2014. Yeah. Now this is one of the traumas that happened, but there's things that before, if you played sport or you had slipped on your, just from a ladder or like walking and you stepped down, that will affect your spine from the bottom. But the concussion was the major thing, because things after that concussion in 2 years you started having symptoms, kind of thing.
Right.
You did MRI and everything with the concussion, and
I don't think I did an MRI actually. All they did was kind of clean up the wound.
Okay.
And then sent me home.
Okay.
So definitely had a lot of neck pain. The way I hit, so basically I dove into like 2 feet of water and hit my head like on the surface, and it knocked out like a lot of teeth.
Okay.
And then I had scrapes all through my head. But then they sent me home in like a neck brace. And
the teeth were like implanted again, or just?
they were chipped.
Chipped.
Not, yeah, so it's just,
Fixed.
what do you call it? Yeah,
Okay.
caps.
Caps, got through. Any surgeries beside pregnancy were all normal or C-sections?
All normal.
All normal.
Yeah.
And since the second pregnancy, that's where it kind of like flared up more. And the reason is like something was not ready in the spine, when you had the traumas, fallen slips, and then you're having a marathon, we call it, like a pregnancy. That's another trauma. The body like just had to compensate for it, and that's why the symptoms like going up.
Yeah.
Now part 1 is the spine, but then part 2 is leaky gut also for the Hashimoto. But it starts with the spine. If the spine is not in place, and that will control the gut also. So on the X-ray I'll show you areas that contribute to the thyroid. Most of the time is the neck, because foundational stuff happening in the bottom. You had no X-rays, right, before?
No, not in a long, long time.
When was the first time you had?
Probably as like a child.
For broken arm?
Broken arm.
Okay. What else beside that? Any other medication than the thyroid? How long you been on it?
Let's say 6 months.
Okay.
6 to 8 months.
Are you aware of the side effects? Have you like looked up into the side effects?
No.
Okay. Do you experience, beside the Hashimoto, what symptoms are you experiencing?
You mean along with the Hashimoto's? Like, what does that give me? Less energy.
Okay.
And I feel like more mood swings.
Okay.
Low libido. Some gut stuff. And just like a lot of brain fog.
Okay.
Like not thinking clearly and just not feeling like myself.
Got you.
Yeah.
Now the concussion, 2014, anything before 2014 that could be a trauma like that one, that you remember? With a car accident or like a slip, something that you hit the back somewhere?
I don't think so.
No, nothing of that sort?
I don't think so.
Car accidents, no car accidents?
No.
Okay. Well, then that could be, sometimes it's one trauma that kind of contribute to a lot of things. And that's a really strong trauma that you had. Because people have it sometimes playing basketball, females, or like running and then slipping.
Yeah.
But diving into the pool is a pool or lakes usually a common thing too. The first thing is to take an X-ray, and I'll explain things in the X-ray, and then walk you through your adjustment today.
Okay.
All right. Just looking at this side profile, when we look at the straight, that one here, I'm just more concerned about the foundation. This is like a building, right? Want to make sure this is stabilized as much as it is, so we can have a solid foundation kind of thing. Here, by looking at this right now, do you see how the curvature is like altered a little bit? You see how like this is way back, a lot of curve?
Yeah.
You had a couple falls in your life. Maybe some people don't remember right away when we're here, but as we go through this, they're like, oh, I remember, usually after first adjustment, oh, I remember that and this. But the tailbone should have a smooth arc. Yours have like, you see like a knuckle? Should not be like this. It should be more smoother. And then another one here, and then it bends that way. But also like the angle of it is kind of like coming this way instead of doing that arc. It should have an arc to it, which led this to be way like, so I'll show you a different idea of it. If you look behind you, this is what normal is supposed to look.
Oh, okay.
Like a C curve, you see that?
Yeah.
And then we start flattening out. For you, because of a trauma that happened to the lower back, instead of having that C shape here, like this, you're gone like back and then back again, right?
Yeah.
And then here flatten out, and then the neck start to compensate. And you can see the neck should have a C shape also, but it's going that way. All of this will alter the way your nerve function, because they come from here. So if the brain, if the spinal cord inside is stressed too much, you're not going to be optimally functioning, right? I can see, you see how 3 has like a pointy in the front?
Yeah.
And that's a whiplash. That probably from the boat accident. And also like this is good. You can see now 4 goes forward, 3 goes more forward, 2 come back, and 1 come back. All this happened from what happened below, but also the concussion that you had. When we have that neck like this, you can, if you again here, this is normal neck, you're here. And it says loss of energy, reduce of height, probably symptom, bone adaptive forces. What we saw, there was like a pointy thing.
Yeah.
And you can experience fatigue and many issues, because your brain sits here. If the flow, the mental flow is not going through, all these like bumps in the way between your organs and the brain. So in this case, you're gonna feel good in like 2-3 adjustment, but to restore this is like restoring your teeth with braces. If people like coming from far, usually I see them for 2 weeks, and I'll send them back. They come in 3 months, we'll do another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Someone living here, we go 3 to 6 months to kind of correct this.
Okay.
It's not like I see you a lot, it's just every visit, once a week, and then after that, when things are good with the meter, we go every 2 weeks. More people after that, they do either every 2 weeks or 3 weeks for maintenance.
Okay.
And that period is the corrective period. The symptoms goes the first month, you're gonna feel great, but then after that, we need to keep maintaining this to restore the curvature. And this affects a lot of your digestion, your ovaries here, so the female hormones, your cycle. Do you get cramps with cycle?
Not horrible.
No.
Used to have horrible cramps.
Okay. But hormonally, we're focusing on all these bumps here. When I examine you, you're gonna feel tenderness, and those are accidents that blacken the message between the brain and the body. It makes more sense when I do the exam on you. We'll do this here. This is more just to see what's going on. Nothing still ring a bell for a fall or anything?
Well, when I did break my arm, that was getting ducked off of a horse.
Okay.
So
Now that
off
makes.
with the horse.
What age was that?
Probably like 11, 10.
That makes sense. I should have asked you how to break your arm, but I was in a hurry. Yeah, that will do it. Having this multiple bumps in here. And so that's what started the process from that age. And then you had physical, emotional, chemical traumas along the way. The trigger was the boat that kind of put everything on fire.
That was a very expensive mistake.
Yeah. See now? This is about 9. Because this got altered from the fall, it also had dropped on this side. This is like, it has a wing, you see the wing, like a butterfly. It dropped the foot here on your leg on the left is 9 millimeter drop. Dr. Gonstead found that below 7, adjustments hold. Above 7, some people might need some heel lift under the shoes, but usually yours is 9, not much, a big number. As we adjust this, the goal is to get it under 7 by remodeling your foundation kind of thing. Do you have any knee pains or back pain?
Back pain.
Is it left, right, or in the middle?
It's good though. It's lower.
Lower, like in the tailbone?
Yeah, kind of. Or right above it.
Walking or sitting make it worse?
Sitting in the car, I was hurting.
Okay.
But working out, like doing deadlifts or anything like that, it's really hard.
It gives you issues afterward?
And it hurts during.
So when we look at this is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a little bit of a kind of zigzag, but this is not a scoliosis, it's just a lean from what happened here.
Yeah.
And going up and down, perfect, 235, 235, there's no misalignment. Going in and out, this one is a little bit, on the right side is 5 millimeter, you can see. So we do that IN, meaning it's in 5. Then let's see if the tailbone has any issues. So the issue is going to be here, because this can go this way and that way. Yeah. Yours is good, but the tailbone, the pelvis on the right is kind of out 5 millimeter, and all of these. That's just seeing that, I know I'm going to start here when I examine you, because it's supposed to be just like this, has a curve like that. This is supposed to be more like this. And not only is lost in the curve, but also like we have, it's not a normal looking tailbone. It should be straight like this. We don't want to see all these bump along the way.
Yeah.
And the first thing is, I'll have you stand here, and if you can, just lift up the hair all the way. Any questions on the X-ray so far?
No.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. And when I look at you right now, it's just, it kind of matches this. It goes here, dip in, and then come back, and then back again. This right here, what control the thyroid. As I examine you, I'll give you this sheet. You can have a seat. Or actually, before that, let me see you walk, sorry. From the door toward me. Kind of like in a straight line this way. And then turn around, just normally walking. Okay, and you can hold this now. And you stand up for a second. Now come back and have a seat. Slowly, sorry. So, this is just 25 is the worst inflammation. Okay. 0 is nothing. The nerve come from here. And whenever I find the irritation, I'll have to mark it and then see what bone is causing the problem.
Oh, okay. So that measures inflammation?
Yeah. We want, this is how I monitor the health of the spine with the care. The closer you're to 0, that means the spine is holding in place. The more we go to 10 is moderate, 20 is the worst. Okay. And that can be altered through 3 things. Physical trauma, sitting, driving for long, falling, and then emotional trauma like work, stress, family, and a chemical trauma. Medications, vaccine, things like that can affect how the nervous system. All these stuff get stored here so we can live. It's like a fuse, right? Yeah. Just like when you go in the kitchen, you have those fuse. If I put too many in the outlet, it's gonna break out. Same thing here. And my goal is just to find them and restore the proper motion to them so you can live without symptoms. Head down a little bit. Good. So the first one I'm getting is up here, which is upper cervical. Any of these can be, based on the severity, I'm getting 10 point up top. And then, if we keep going down, down. What about here? Doesn't stop, and stops right there. Make it again. Right there. That's where the fatigue is coming from. If I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You feel this? 9. 9 is in the orange, or sorry, the red. Do you see chronic fatigue? Yeah. is the adrenals.
Yeah.
But all of this for you, it's primarily the curvature in the spine that's been altered. Your body trying to hold your posture, just using a lot of energy to hold you because of how this curvature are. And then 10 point down in the tailbone. One thing I forgot to mention here. Can you see how this should dissect by 7?
Yeah.
When we have the C curve, 7 will be in the front, and then should dissect at 5. But like your body, you're like walking like this, and then the body got to compensate. Just by standing, you're losing a lot of energy because you're not in the proper alignment. As I adjust you, all of this is gonna relax. The muscle is gonna be, oh, okay, I'm in the right position because the bone is back in balance, and you're gonna feel more energy. Yep. All of this from the tailbone. I'll bring you back. So, right side should be a little bit tender.
Yeah.
There. Left side should not be a problem. How about bottom here?
A little tender.
A little bit. So both sides are tender. I'm gonna go to S1. You see that 5 on the side?
Yeah.
This is 5. Does it hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. But if I go to 1, does that hurt more?
Yeah. More.
Okay. 2.
About the same size.
How about 3?
Yeah, that's worse.
Okay. And that's where that bump, where I put the arrow,
Yeah.
is right there. So if I go to 5, I know it's tender, but it doesn't make sense I fix the first floor
Right.
when
Yeah.
the basement is off. So that's gonna be the first adjustment for you. And we'll check your walk afterward, it'll be different
Okay.
from what it was. Then we say it here. More this one or that one?
That one.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Anything from the bottom, kind of.
In the blue?
Mm-hmm.
Gluten intolerance.
Okay. Yep. Because the colon nerve goes to the colon here. So if this is off, you're gonna have a hard time absorbing anything.
Ooh, I have felt leg weakness lately.
Leg weakness?
Yeah.
Which leg, right or left?
Just kind of both.
Okay. It makes sense, right? Because, and that's why the walk is altered.
And lower back.
Yep. So you can take the gluten off, but then the nerves are not going from the brain to the gut. Is going to always be inflamed. And then you can feel this here. You feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. This has a lot of stuff, and part of it is the gut also. But anything in the neck from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, I'm not going to touch because all of these are going the other direction.
Right.
They're not, there's no justification to adjust them because they're compensating. Now if I go to the right, left is okay. Pain here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, look down, turn to the left. Is that tender? I mean, sorry, anything bother you going this way?
A little bit, like at the top.
On the right?
On the left.
On the left. Okay, let's go this way. Anything there?
Yeah.
Both sides also?
Both sides, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to start at the bottom
Okay.
and then see if this one clear afterward. Because now when I go up, you can see here, when I go up is about 10 to 15 point on the right side, 10 point. When I adjust the bottom, I'll recheck and see if it went away. Because sometimes when, just because it's a building, when I fix this kind of fix itself, but sometimes we have to fix it.
Okay.
Does everything make sense in here?
Yeah.
Okay. So leg walk and gluten, energy.
Yeah. Digestion.
Thyroid, the primary thing, yeah, restoring that one top here is gonna help the thyroid relax, but for it to be optimally function, we need that curve to come back to C. Just like someone have a smile that is straight instead of crooked, this is crooked, it should be more C. And we don't have to touch it, it's just by restoring the bottom, it kinda restore itself. When we take another X-ray in 6 months, we'll see how much progress you've done.
Wow.
First thing, I'm gonna get you to this table. You're gonna face this way on this stool.
So right here.
Mm-hmm. Your arm goes here, face goes here. Just stay relaxed as much as you can. Okay, comfortable?
Yeah.
Going down. I'm gonna start here. This is 5, 2, 3. You feel that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to get a nice feel for it, and I'm gonna work it on the left because we had that short leg. But you just have to stay relaxed as much. Think like you're on a beach or something like that. Just limp as much as you can. There we go. That was it. Deep breath. What does that feel for you?
Better, looser.
Was it deep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not painful though.
That's good. For 9, I'm gonna have you walk,
Okay.
then I'll recheck. Because that was really good. Oh, you can, we're coming up.
Oh.
It was just precise and on one bone, right? Try walking and tell me what's different as you walk. And you're going more straighter, right?
Yeah.
We call that the wiggle. When the hips were moving, it's like you're doing this.
Yeah.
Now it's like up and down, what it's supposed to do.
Wow.
Because your tailbone was stuck. Keep moving a little bit again. What else beside the hip?
Just feels like lighter. Like not as much pressure everywhere.
Awesome. And that will start the process for the curvature to kind of recover.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk in, this is going to be more open also.
Yeah.
I haven't finished the other 2 points. Let's see now.
Okay.
If I need to touch them. I want to check the top one since we did the bottom. Yep. So we still have to do the upper one. From doing that, this cleared 9. If I touch this, is it bad?
Mm-mm.
So from doing the bottom, 9 is good. I have,
Stop.
yeah. It's like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Your soul control all of this. I just removed the interference. Still there?
Yeah.
How about here?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's mostly the right one. Okay. So we still have to do that. Come back all the way. Scoot back. That's good. Put this here. Your arms can go, yep, like this. I'm gonna bring this in, and then because it's like it's elevated on the right side, they have wings. Every other bone has a bump in the back. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
But the atlas bone, which your brainstem sits here, it has wings. So it's elevated on the right. I'm gonna bring it in this side. And I didn't explain that to you. We have 2 systems: sympathetic, parasympathetic. Have you heard of those before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you look here, sympathetic is fight and flight.
Yeah.
Parasympathetic is digest, rest, and healing. Most people have problems in their neck and tailbone, which is the blue, the parasympathetic.
Mm-hmm.
They're always stuck in fight and flight.
Yeah.
So sleeping, I never asked you, is sleeping affected at night?
I have to take a ton of magnesium to be able to sleep.
Okay. So that's the point is if we open this, then the body knows what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some people have difficulty sleeping or staying asleep because
Yeah.
they're only stuck in fight and flight.
Mm-hmm.
Fight and flight is used for if there's a bear chasing you or something like that. We don't want it 24/7.
Yeah.
But because we have 2 accidents in here, it's hard for it to go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So as I just do this will help you kind of heal, be easier to cope with stress,
Yeah.
also sleep. The magnesium comes in and work the chemical part, but it's just like kind of masking the symptoms too. This one, you just like you were light and relaxed in that one. Let me do this one. Lift your arm up a little bit. Good, and then put it down. This just to hold you in place. I'm going to turn you this way. Let it relax. Good. Relax the head like a noodle. And just as much as you can. Just a little bit, not all of it. Let's do it this way. Going over here. Come back, chin down. Kind of relax it. That's it. Not a big one, just small one.
Yeah.
Anything different there?
Feels a lot better. Not as tender.
Good. Let's see now. Looking down a little bit. Good. After I did that, now I'm getting. It's okay. Up is good, and I'm getting here the thyroid. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, or 4?
4.
How about 5?
No.
There, right?
Yeah.
So after we did that, this showed up. 4 is lung, any of these issues can be, if severe enough. It's only 10 point.
Yeah, stiff neck. Like really bad allergies. Does that have to do with this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take you to the table again.
Okay.
When the bone misaligned, usually, it would go this way. And then put pressure on this, right?
Yeah.
But this one, not only gone this way, it had like slipped to the side.
Yeah.
So I gotta do 2 adjustments for that. I gotta bring it in, and then because it slipped here, I gotta bring it in and then bring it back to one. All right, you go now.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Right about there. Relax the shoulder down, nice. Still a little bit more. That's 1. Gonna do 2 from here. That's the rest. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay. Calm now. Walk a little bit.
That's a big one.
Yeah. What do you feel?
Really good. Like all through there, it feels so much lighter.
Awesome. And that's where the endocrine system, the hormones is like, okay, I can flow again, you know?
Yeah.
Before it was like more sluggish.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, feels good.
Awesome. Your walk is much better. When do you usually, like, do you do it every 6 months for the thyroid test?
Right now I just started seeing a new naturopath.
Uh-huh.
And I think I'll have it done in like 6 weeks.
Okay.
Another, to check the levels.
Got you. So that one, T4 went to 0. And the 9 also clear at 9. Just heat down at the bottom. Now remember, you can tell me how this feels now. Come back. Does it hurt?
It's a little tender.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
It's more of 5 now, but it's less than before.
Yeah.
But the 3?
No.
That's good. See, that's how it's supposed to feel. But things gonna move up, and as next time when I see you, it's either I'm gonna adjust this again, or we'll go to 5. We'll see. The homework for you is a lot of walking.
Okay.
Does anything here?
Just a little tender.
And the right side?
No.
That's good. That's the 5 only. Walking, 40 minutes every day. I'll give you the ice pack also to 20 when you get home, 20 minutes, and when before you sleep, 20 minutes.
Just all down the back, or?
Mainly the tailbone,
Okay.
which is like that butterfly looking.
Okay.
You see how like you can go farther now?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the vagus nerve. If you heard about the vagus, it comes from here, both sides, they come down. Help the gut, the leaky gut, but also thyroid. The T4 also has part of the thyroid and lung and all that. And the curvature is the main thing for long-term thyroid productivity.
So you can correct Hashimoto's from adjustments.
Yes, I'm not correcting in Hashimoto's, I'm restoring balance to the body. So my job as a chiropractor is to remove subluxation from the spine, restoring balance to the nervous system, and the body heals itself. Your body heals it. I'm not the healer, just so people because I'm not supposed to say, oh, I heal this or this.
Yeah.
It's the body heals, we just restore balance. Part 2 is, as you go through this, you want to have less trauma as much as you can, physical. You want to have also emotional stress less. By having this working, you're going to be able to cope with triggers, whether family, husband, life in general, just a lot of stress, kids and all that. And then the chemical part is keep the food as much as you can close to the ground. Anything processed, just eliminate it. Because all of this, as you're going up with the healing, we want to stay up. We don't want to kind of just, just plateau after that.
Right.
And in 6 months, if you're kind of working with this and healing the gut with good nutrition, you should find the numbers go down. Because what makes the numbers up, your thyroid gets sluggish, then your leaky gut is not there. The food will go out and then go into the thyroid, and then we have the antibodies. And that's what the antibodies test will find. And it's nothing like that they didn't come from anywhere. There was a reason that happens, and the body fighting because you want to help the thyroid, but it's not. They're thinking like it's a foreign body. Yeah. Okay. Yes, but why is it there in the first place? Well, many things can do that. Wellness, leaky gut, vaccine can do that. Medications and having spine out of alignment will keep things sluggish. If it gets sluggish, then you have bad guys and good guys inside, right? Bacteria, good, bad bacteria. If it's not working optimally, the bad bacteria will overgrow, then the body start kind of fight because it's like imbalance. So the idea is as much as we can bring balance to it by restoring the spine and then the gut. Okay. Yeah. And the medication is on between you and your primary doctor to kind of wean off of it long term. Yeah.
I would love that.
Because if you look up, I don't know what's the name of it, but there's side effect. If you look up the side effect, it's not good side effect for long term. What is it called?
NP thyroid.
NP thyroid. This is just deep relief. Kind of relax the muscles for you. And I'm gonna work on the feet tomorrow, probably when you come. Okay. Because those nerves goes to the feet, you can see them there, and they can be altered. But for now, since we opened the channel, I want you to walk as much as you can.
Okay.
Any other question?
I don't think so.
All right. Your sister referred to you here, and how far you live from here?
I live in Lexington, Kentucky.
Awesome.
So about 6 hours.
That's great. You just visiting your sister, right?
And my brother.
All right. I'm gonna give you just a little ear adjustment here. Can help you with balance and a little bit more.
Great.
Yeah, on the right side, still got some. That's it. See, before when I was holding this, they're all like, don't move, don't move. Now they can move individually. And that's where the stocking of the curvature to be restored. All right.
Feel a lot better.
Awesome. I'm glad to be able to help you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hair loss and like fatigue and all that, but all of her stuff started here. When she came in, there was a shooting pain. In 2 adjustments, it was back to normal. Now she's been sitting for 3 months and it's different, a lot of difference.
She can work out finally.
Yeah. So that's the goal. And it has to be this technique, Gonstead technique. Let's say you've been to chiropractor before. It wasn't like this, right?
No.
It was just.
I've never had x-rays done in the chiropractor.
And then the way they adjust is just like, let's feel, and then boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, right.
If I go to a dentist and they start like working my teeth without having a technique or an assessment, it's just, they're guessing. We call it popping, in chiropractic we call it pop and pray. They're just like, no matter what your spine look like, how old are you, what is the symptoms, you're gonna get 7 adjustments, and you're gonna feel better for a minute, but in long term, they're destroying the spine.
Yeah.
Because if I work on this, I'm literally just pushing this even farther and wearing out the disc. Because you can see how like they're not in alignment, right? They're like stair stepping, we call it, like a stair. If it's like this and I push it even farther or turn it around, the discs start wearing out.
Yeah.
So the idea is I want to stabilize below it, and the body knows what to do to bring it back and get the curves back. And that's, we call it the Gonstead difference. It has to be specific for you. Every visit you come in, I'm using the machine, using my 5 steps of palpation, and then move it, and then the way we adjust it is based on the x-rays.
Okay.
All right. I'm just explaining.
You can definitely tell it works.
Awesome. All right, we'll step out. You take your time changing, and I'll see you outside.
All right, thank you.
My pleasure.